8 بس لك تحتيها 8 اهو.
يا محمد في شاي جالك اهو هنا.
السلام عليكم.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, my students. Inshallah, we'll begin a new lesson, but we talk the last one. We talk plant nutrition, transport, and nutrition and transport. But we arrived to transport and plants. And you see that the transport and plants we said before. What is the transport? We do all of them. We have three important conditions for plants. Okay, we talk the definition of xylem and the comparison between them. Root and water uptake, we took it. Then function of roots, we took it. But I will tell you now. Today, we will concentrate on what's called transpiration. Okay. Have you seen the image? So before we have, again, inshallah, we have what's called transpiration. From this image, transpiration is building in form of water. But before we begin, I will ask you some questions and choose, some students. Okay, now, all of you with me? Okay, Abdurrahman, you same with me? All of you hear me well? Now, what is, I want to ask you, what is the difference between xylem and the phloem before we have begin? What is the difference between xylem and the phloem? Who can answer? Thanks. Omar? What is the difference between xylem and the phloem, Omar? You hear me, Omar, or no? Omar, you hear me? Another one. Sarim, Muhammad Sarim.
Sir, xylem means the transfer of water.
You hear me well?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can.
Okay?
Sir. Yes, sir.
But raise your voice to hear you. What is the difference between xylem and the phloem?
So xylem means the transfer of water, and phloem means the transfer of like food.
Thanks. So to ask another one. Okay. Nawaf Tariq. Nawaf Tariq, you are with me?
Yes, Mr.
Another comparison between xylem and the phloem.
Okay, xylem transports fossil and minerals. Phloem transport sucrose and amino acids.
Thanks. That is thanks, Nawaf. I want another one. Mustafa Saleh. What is the difference between xylem and the phloem, Mustafa? Mustafa, you don't come with me? Yahya?
Yes.
You are with me, Yahya or Mustafa? Yahya?
Xylem doesn't have cytoplasm, but phloem has cytoplasm lining.
Thanks. I want another one just to take part with me. Inshallah, participants. Another one. Okay, Abdurrahman Hisham, you don't know? I want to read your hand, Abdurrahman. Mustafa Saleh. Okay. You know the difference? Okay. I hear you.
Hello, Mister. The difference, Mister, that xylem transport food, transport minerals, Mister, and phloem transport food to the plant.
Thanks a lot. Just we want to thanks a lot. I want to choose another one. Mustafa Saleh. Thanks. So now you know the difference between xylem and phloem. صارم نواف بهاء الحواري. You are with me, بهاء? بهاء الحواري. Okay. I don't know who is. Ahmed Ramadan. You are with me, Ahmed? Yazan. Yazan. What is the difference, Yazan?
Mister, one difference is that xylem is made of dead cells, but phloem is made of living cells.
Thanks. So now, alhamdulillah, I think you saw the difference between xylem and the phloem now. Today we'll study what's called transvaration. I want to ask, about transvaration. I want to ask about Nawaf Tariq. Nawaf Tariq, you know what's transvaration? How are you know transvaration? You know what's transvaration?
Transpiration is the loss of water from the leaves.
Thanks. In the form of water vapor. Thanks. So as you see this image and this image about what? About transpiration here. Transpiration is losing water in the form of water vapor. As you see, it is different from evaporation and different from precipitation. Just losing of food in the form of water vapor. That is the transpiration. That is another image. That is another element to show to you. Another one. That's another one. Okay. All of this image to show to you. Transpiration is the loss of water from plant deep by evaporation of water at the surface of the pulsar, followed by the loss of water vapor through the stomata. Transpiration has significant importance in the water cycle. Okay, the mesophyll cell. We said the mesophyll cell before in the plant leaves are covered with thin film of moisture. The sun heat causes some of this moisture to diffuse out of the stomata and evaporate into the atmosphere. Water from the xylem vessel travel to mesophyll cell by osmosis and regulate the water level. All of them we talk mesophyll. We have two kinds of mesophyll here. Who know what is mesophyll? Do you remember? Who know what's a mesophyll? Okay, I will choose this one. I want to hear you. Another one. I don't hear. Another one. What is the mesophyll tissue? You remember? You remember? I will choose Al-Hawari.
It is the tissue between the upper and lower epidermis.
Under upper epidermis. Do you remember that drawing of mesophyll?
Yes.
After upper epidermis. We have two kinds of cell. I want another one. Thank you, Zah. I want another one. We have two kinds of mesophyll. Who know? Who know? Raise your hand. Who know what are two kinds of mesophyll? Who know? Where is Kendi Muhammad? Is Kenzi Muhammad? You know?
It is made up of xylem and phloem.
Thanks, but what are types of mesophyll? Remember Basiony cell and spongy cell? Okay, you remember Basiony cell? You hear me one? Basiony cell. Yeah, and spongy cell. I want Hur Said. Or do you remember Palisade and Spongy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So Palisade cell, what is the difference between Palisade cell and Spongy? You know
The
it or no?
parasite cell contains a lot of chloroplast, but the spongy mesophyll contains less amounts of chloroplast.
Thanks a lot. So now we want to continue because we have a paper to solve some module to read to talk. That there is a difference between transpiration and transpiration stream. Transpiration stream is water enter the water by osmosis. But transpiration is just losing of water. I will repeat. Transpiration just losing of water. Transpiration stream is movement of water will enter the root here by osmosis. So water move up by the root, and reaches xylem vessel. We have, okay, until now, we have some past paper to reach to it about the plant nutrition here. All of the students with me and hear me well? The first question is the chemical equation of photosynthesis should belong a complete. That is 6H2O means water, that is water, plus what? Energy and the plant pigment. In 6H12 or 6H glucose. Okay, glucose. After that, we will take this question. Complete the equation in either symbol or word. Okay, or words. Now, number one, I want Abdurrahman Hisham, you are with me? Okay, Abdurrahman Hisham. Complete the equation in either symbol or words as you like. What is H2O? Four. Open. Another one. Sarim.
Sir, it is oxygen.
Yeah.
6 CO2. It is oxygen. The first one is oxygen. 6
Read
CO2.
your voice, please.
Sir, the answer is oxygen. Oxygen.
No, oxygen doesn't go to oxygen. That is from the product. Okay, number. Yeah. I want number two here.
Carbon dioxide. Sorry, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. 6 CO2.
Yeah, thanks. It's carbon dioxide into carbon. You have symbol here. You want symbol? No problem. Or
yes.
No problem. Symbol you write here, and maybe you write
6 CO2,
or you write carbon dioxide. Okay. Thanks, Muhammad Sir. Carbon dioxide. Understand? But it will give you C6, C12, O6. That is glucose. I want to choose another one. Yahya.
6O2.
6, that's O2, thanks. Or you write what, Yahya?
Oxygen.
Thanks. Or write oxygen. It is O-X-Y-G-E-N. Understand? Hey, thanks. That's oxygen. Thanks. Thanks a lot. I want Shahid. Okay. This one. Lean Haidar. State the source of energy for this reaction.
Light energy.
Thanks. Light energy. The source of energy here is sunlight. You write here sunlight. You understand? I want another one.
Yes.
Where the Abdurrahman Hisham we talk. I want another one. We talk with the other student. I want all the students to take part, like Abdurrahman Hisham, like Iyad, okay, Iyad. I see you. I'm sorry. Iyad, yeah. Iyad, what is the complete? What is the plant pigment necessary for this reaction? Name the plant pigment here. I want the pigment.
Chlorophyll.
What?
Chlorophyll.
Thanks. Chlorophyll. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Iyad. So that's chlorophyll. Write it like that. Write it like that. Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Like. Okay. Or you can write the green pigments. Which mineral is needed by the plant to form this pigment? I want which mineral exactly? You know, Amar? You know it or no?
Yes, I know it.
You know?
Yeah.
What is the mineral? Do you know the mineral? Mineral means calcium, potassium, sodium, magnesium, and so on. Which is needed by a plant to form this pigment?
Magnesium.
What?
Magnesium.
Magnesium?
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Magnesium is that symbol Mg, and you can write it magnesium. And magnesium, write Mg. Write magnesium. That S-I-U-M. Or we write like that, just Mg. Okay. Name the tissue in which the sugar produced in photosynthesis carried to other plants or other parts of the plant. I want to answer what Shahad Rifat asked. Muhammad Zuraiqat. What is the tissue? Raise your voice. Muhammad Zuraiqat, raise your voice. I don't hear you. Let's show another one. Yahya.
Xylem.
You want a tissue that the sugar produced, Yahya, tissue that is the sugar here concentrated in the word sugar produced in photosynthesis carried to other plants. So this tissue, okay, the xylem doesn't carry sugar. Xylem carry water. Remember? We said in the beginning of the lesson now when we revise. Name the tissue in which the sugar produced in photosynthesis is carried to other plants.
Yes.
Sugar produced where? What is the thing? And carried by where? Another tissue.
Flowing.
Sugar produced in which tissue?
Flowing.
What? If we kind about
flowing
this,
transports sugar.
Yeah, I noted the process photosynthesis. Okay, another one.
Okay, flowing.
Flowing thanks. Flowing will transfer the sugar to other parts of the blood. Where the sugar produced, which is carried to other parts of the blood, thanks, it's flowing. But there is a difference in this question about the tissue it's produced and the tissue is carried to. The carried to, okay, thanks, that's flowing. But it's produced, that is made for tissue and balance itself. Okay? Another question?
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Yahya. That the voice is clear, Yahya, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now you go to another question. In many plants, some of the sugar formed in photosynthesis is converted to starch for storing. Explain the advantage of storing starch rather than sugar. Why? I asked you why. And name the carbohydrate formed from sugar produced in photosynthesis which is used to build the cell wall. We have two questions here. In many plants, some of the sugar formed in photosynthesis is converted into starch for storage. You know, starch is a type of carbohydrate. Explain the advantage of storing starch. Storing starch for what? Shahd? You know, Shahd? You can answer,
Sorry,
no problem. If
starch
you have mistakes, no problem. But you participate with me, no problem to participate.
starch is insoluble, so it will not disturb the osmotic balance between the mesocell cells.
Thanks. I want another participation. Thanks, Shahab. I want. Where is? Okay. Mustafa Khalid. You know? Mustafa Khalid. You know?
Starch is used instead of sugar.
Yeah.
Because Mr. it's insoluble.
Thanks. Because it's insoluble. Yeah, it's something insoluble. So.
Also, Mr. The osmosis gradient of the cell.
Thanks. Okay. Thank you. A good answer. I want to Hur. Where is Hur? You know?
Because it
What
is
is your voice?
used to make the. It is used to make a part of the leaf.
Okay.
Used to make the cytoplasm. Starch is used to make.
Thanks. Want another participation? Another participation? You don't know? Well, thanks for the students here. Adham, you don't know? Okay, now. Thanks, Ho. Thanks a lot. Name the carbohydrate formed from sugar produced in photosynthesis. The carbohydrate which use the inbuilt cell wall. I want cell wall. What is the carbohydrate we use in formation cell wall? Okay. Iyad, I want another one because Iyad have some questions. Another one. Where is the other student? Just Mustafa Khalid, Hashim Sultan. Huh? What is the carbohydrate in cell wall?
Cellulose.
What?
Cellulose.
It's called what?
Mr. Cellulose.
Thanks. I want. Thanks, Hashim, Abdurrahman, Hisham, we talk. Nairuz, Tariq. Huh? What is the Nairuz? What is the carbohydrate formed the sugar produced in photosynthesis, which is used concentration of the word in cell wall?
Cellulose.
It's called cellulose. Thanks. So the under is cellulose. It's S. It's U. LL. Cellulose. A minute. It's called cellulose. But to ask you another question, the cellulose is the polysaccharide or monosaccharide? Who can answer me? Cellulose is a polysaccharide or a monosaccharide? Want another one? Who can answer? I will choose now Mariel. Okay. Okay, Mariel.
It is a polysaccharide.
Between monosaccharide, cellulose, monosaccharide or polysaccharide?
Monosaccharide has only one carbon ring.
Thanks.
And
poly
has many carbon rings.
More than, it has got more than one. Like what? Cellulose. Thanks a lot. I want another one. Hur. Okay. What about cellulose? Is monosaccharide or polysaccharide?
It's a monosaccharide.
What?
Monosaccharide.
Is mono or polysaccharide? Monosaccharide or polysaccharide? Cellulose.
Polysaccharide. Sorry, polysaccharide. Cellulose is a polysaccharide.
Poly. Thanks. The polysaccharide. Poly. Like that. And we will complete polysaccharide. Okay. But from the monosaccharide, I want someone to give me example of monosaccharide. Who can? Can give me example of monosaccharide? Hashim Sultan, we took. I want another one. Hamaz Raikat. Hamaz Raikat.
Yes, Mr.
What?
What?
I want example of monosaccharide. We took it now.
Mr. I was doing something, Mr.
Okay, Muhammad.
I rose my hand by accident.
Thank you for your participation, no problem. That is the glucose. You remember that is the glucose. The glucose here. The glucose is monosaccharide, not polysaccharide. So the glucose here is monosaccharide. That is the glucose. But starch is polysaccharide. Monosaccharide. That is monosaccharide. You know? Okay. Now, we go to another question. That's a kind of questions about practical or graph. Figure shows changes in the rate of water loss from plant during start to fatigue. It also shows change in the temperature and light intensity over the same period. That is the light intensity. This is called the here. That is the y axis. The y axis to learn after that in IGCC we learn that the y axis, that x axis, and we write here the time and the unit. That is the work by hour. Okay, and that is the time. We write the time, then its unit. Then write that intensity and temperature, the rate of water level here. That is the y axis. The light intensity here. You see it? That is the light intensity. That is the temperature here. That is the rate of water load here. So we have three things here. So you must understand. Explain why the rate of water load rises steeply. Okay, between 0,700 and 1,200 hours. That is 0,700 where you see it now here. Then 1,200 so here. You know it? Okay. I want to hear your answer now. Try. Don't worry. Shahd Rifat?
Because transpiration is taking place.
Yeah. Just participate. Don't worry. It's right, no problem. It's wrong, no problem. But participate.
Okay.
Can you raise your voice? I don't hear you. Another one. You know Shahd or no? Okay. I want Yahya. Yahya, you know?
Yes, I know. Because of transpiration. Transpiration.
You understand the question now, okay? But now answer.
Yes, because of transpiration.
Okay, now, but the rate of water loss, thanks, obviously, but you will describe in front of you, Yahya, understand? Then it will increase from where to where, then it will decrease from where to where.
Okay, the plant will lose water because of transpiration in which the water evaporates from the leaves.
And then, thanks a lot, Yahya. Thank you, Yahya. Yahya, good student. Mustafa Saleh, you know? Mustafa Saleh? Mustafa Khalid?
Is it, Mr. Increase?
Yeah?
Does it increase?
Yeah. Due to transpiration, thanks, and complete, yeah? Complete, I heard you well.
Mr. It increases in its number of loss of water. It raises more.
Thankful. So the question. Another one. Suggesting which factor light intensity. Light. There you go. One. So Abdullah, finish. خلاص كلوز كده؟ كلوز كده.
خلاص؟
ما خلصتش
شغال ما هو شغال.
انا ما عايز اطلع كنت بشرح. كنت بشرح.
نعم؟
No.
Yeah.
Other one.
No?
Okay, thanks. Now, my student, we go to now to the another thing here. We go to the measuring transpiration rates. We said transpiration rate in plant can be measured. So you took some information. We answer on the question after that to understand. We took some question now about transpiration. So the transpiration rate in a plant can be measured using what's called a basic called a photometer. As we said about transpiration. Okay? What is the environmental condition for transpiration? Number one, temperature. Transpiration increase at temperature increase. Due to increase kinetic energy, we took question now. Number two, humidity. Humidity increase at the difference between the concentration gradient in the leaf and in the atmosphere are similar. In wind speed, the wind increase transpiration rates as water evaporates more quickly in windy day. Light intensity. When we increase light intensity, what happens to the transpiration? The greater the light intensity, the greater the chance that the plant will open its stomata to photosynthesis. So the greater transpiration will be. Water supply. In short supply, plant will conserve water instead of wasting it. The shorter the water supply, the greater the transpiration. Yeah, please upload the video. Okay? Understand? We will talk a question now about transpiration, but if you have any disinformation, we go to what is called translocation. Translocation is different from transpiration. Transpiration is losing of water in the form of water vapor. Translocation is movement of organic food. What are organic food and where? Sucrose and amino acid in phloem. Do you remember the question of phloem here? I will give it to you now. Do you remember the phloem which manufacture this one? Do you remember the question of production? This kind source and sink. What is the sink and what is the source? Inshallah, we'll complete it. Inshallah, next time. But today, to understand what is translocation. Translocated. Okay, this drawing here is given to you what is translocation here. Here, this one. It will manufacture. The food here is manufactured. Omar, you are with me, Omar? So, manufacture the food, it will be here, in the leaf here. Do you see? See it or not? The leaf, that is the leaf here. That is the leaf, we are here in the leaf. Understand? That is the structure. Do you remember what's up and down here? This one. Then that is the manufacture here in the leaf. After the manufacturing of glucose, or after that sucrose, glucose, protein, everything, it will transport from the source to the sink. Another part is called the source, which the food is made. and another time it's called the sink, and read the food go to it. Okay. I mean, photosynthesis happen in the leaf. So the leaf here the leaf will make the food. So please close the camera. Understand? So now we understand what is translocation now. Well, we go to another question. Okay, about transpiration. I want to ask now to understand or no. I want to ask Baha, how are you? You are with me? Baha? Baha, you are with me? Baha, how are you? You hear me all? Baha, what is transpiration? You hear me? Another one. Who said? Transpiration
is the loss of water by the leaves.
Thanks. What is translocation here?
Translocation is the transport of food.
Raise your voice.
Is transport of food materials in the plant, like amino acid.
Okay. Can you read your voice? I don't hear you.
Is the transport of food materials like saccharose and amino acid in the plant.
Thanks a lot. You are a good student. I want another one to take part with me. Mesophyll cell. We talk about now about mesophyll cell in the plant. I will bring to first mesophyll cell. Do you remember? I want thanks for. I want the Baha. You are with me, Baha? Baha? Who can raise his hand? What is mesophyll cells? Okay, Abdurrahman Hisham. What is mesophyll cells, Abdurrahman? Mesophyll.
It consists of two layers, pellicle layer and sponge layer.
Thanks, Abdurrahman. Yeah. Here, Abdurrahman, to the mesophyll. You see it well?
Yes.
Or here, does it form the leaf here, or the mesophyll from the leaf here? You see the leaf? Okay, the leaf here. So the mesophyll, if you cut, okay, if you cut a section here, you got the mesophyll. This is the mesophyll. Yeah, the mesophyll it's about palisade. You remember?
Sponge.
And spongy. You remember? What is called? What of them is called mesophyll. That's E. You understand? Or if you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Abdurrahman Hisham, you hear me or no?
Yes, I hear you.
Abdurrahman Hisham, you hear me?
Yeah.
So now, the transpiration, you see the loss of water in the form of water, vapor. But translocations mean what? Mean movement or transpiration here. If the loss of water from plant leaves by evaporation of water at surfaces of the mesophyll cell, followed by loss of water vapor through the stomata. Where is the stomata found? The stomata found here also in the leaf here. In the leaf. Where is the leaf here? We have upper epidermis and lower epidermis here. We have upper epidermis and lower epidermis. We have another one here. If you have this one, that is the lower epidermis. You see that is the lower epidermis here. You see it? That is the higher epidermis. It's up. That is the stoma. You remember? That is the stoma. Stoma, that's one of the stomata. Stomata, that's plural. Stoma, just singular. So, do you see the stoma well? That is the stoma. It will make two things: the exchange of gases, some, It will exchange of gases. Number two, it will make transports called transpiration through the that is the lower epidermis here. In the lower epidermis, we have a lot of stomata. In an opening inside